Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Essential series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we are going to discuss the essential topics from the Hindu as well as the Indian Express. So today, as part of this series, let us discuss the topics of 29th July 2025. First, we are going to discuss about the Deva Habba festival. And second, about the golden jackals. Third, about the Ghavari dance form. And fourth, about the Brihadeshwara temple. And finally, Venezuela country mapping. So starting with our first topic, that is the Deva Habba festival. So why we are discussing this? See, you can see the picture of the Badanga community members. So these are the Badaga community members of Nilgiri district. They started celebrating this Deva Habba festival at Khadanat village near Udagamandalam district in Tamil Nadu. So it is a harvest festival of the Badaga community of the Nilgiri district. So we'll see what is this festival and who are these Badagas. So this Deva Habba festival is a harvest festival which is celebrated during the Tamil month of Adi Masam. And this is celebrated by the Bhadaga community of the Nilgiris. Remember, Bhadaga community of the Nilgiris of this Tamil Nadu state. So what is the purpose of this festival? So during this festival, they will honor their clan deities or their ancestors. They will also celebrate this Thanksgiving celebration at the end of the harvest season to their ancestors. They portray their gratitude to their ancestors and their clan deities. So it is a harvest festival. And also they portray their gratitude for their ancestors, clan deities, as well as to the nature at the end of the harvest season, that is particularly for growing or promoting the growth of these potatoes. So why only potatoes? So this potato is the main crop which is grown by this Badaga community. Potato is the main crop which is grown by this Badaga community. So they will celebrate this festival as a Thanksgiving celebration. And you can see this is one part of the ritual of this Badaga community where they will roast these potatoes in the fire and they will offer these potatoes to the deity or their ancestors. And coming to the rituals and the traditions performed in this Deva Habba festival. Deva Habba. So first is that they make a fire making ritual which is also known as the Neeli Golu or the Chikki Mukki Kallu. First, we saw here, first they make the fire and after that in that fire they will roast their fresh harvest which are particularly the potatoes. And after the roasting of this fresh potatoes, they will offer these potatoes to the deity. And also they perform the clan-based worship in this Deva Mani. Deva Mani means their ancestral deities or their ancestral temple where their ancestral deity is located or is seated. And they also offer food offerings at the end. So this is the Deva Habba festival. Now coming to the Badaga community. So who are these Badagas? So these are the ethno-linguistic community which reside in the Nilgiri districts of Tamil Nadu. Nilgiri district of Tamil Nadu. And this Badaga community live in around 400 villages which are called as Hattis. This Hattis means 400 villages. And who are these Badagas actually? See, the name Badaga means northerners. It is resembled with the Kannada word Badaga only. In Kannada, the word Badaga means the northerners. That means these Badaga's ancestors goes back to the Vokkaliga community of the Mysore. So the Vokkaligas of Mysore migrated to this south that is from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu because of the Muslim ruler persecution at those time. Muslim ruler persecution. So in order to save their lives from the Muslim ruler persecution, these Vokkaligas of Mysore migrated to this south, that is the Nilgiri districts of Tamil Nadu, and they settled. So that's why these are known as the Northerners. And their language is the Badaga. And what are the other festivals these are celebrated by the Badagas are this Hetai Habba, which is celebrated for around 7 to 8 days, and it is their most important festival, Hetai Habba, which they will perform their rituals to this Hetai Amma, who is their ancient or the plant deity, Hetai Amma. And next also they celebrate this Dodda Habba and also the Hosa Haruva. But these two festivals, Hetai Habba and the Deva Habba, are the most important festivals of this Badaga community of Nilgiri districts of Tamil Nadu. Moving to a second topic, that is the golden jackals. See, a survey was conducted by an NGO that is named Aranyakam Nature Foundation. And this NGO has said that this Kerala is home to a population of around 20,000 to 30,000 golden jackals. 20,000 to 30,000 golden jackals. But here they also found that the golden jackals are not only located or spread across the protected habitats or in the traditional forest areas, but they also visible in the coastal areas and also the peri-urban settlements, which indicates their adaptable nature. So now these golden jackals are not only living in the forest, they are also adapting to the uh, city environment or the peri-urban environment. So let's say about this golden jackals. This is also known as the common jackal, which is a wolf-like canid. It is basically native to the Eurasia, and these are omnivores. These jackals are golden jackals are the omnivores. That is, they feed on rodents, insects, fruits, birds, and other etc. And these are the social animals also. They live in pairs or in small groups. Coming to the pairs on reading, these maintain a monogamous pace. They met with only one animal throughout their lifetime. They have this monogamous pair only. And these are known as the ecosystem cleaners. Why? These golden jackals eat the rodents and also the dead scavenged animals so that they purify the environment naturally. So these are known as the ecosystem cleaners. And these are protected as least concern in the IUCN Red List and protected in the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Appendix 3 in the CITES, that is the Convention in the Trade of Endangered Sites of Flora and Fauna. And what is this Appendix 3 means? See, the Appendix 3 means the species are protected in at least one country. That species is protected in at least one country, and this one country will recommend or request other sites parties to take up for this protection. This golden jackal is located in the protected under this appendix 3 of this sites. Now coming to the habitat with respect to the India. So we discussed its distribution. It is native to the Eurasia. So now let us discuss the habitat of this golden jackal in India. So it lives in the dry scrublands and the thorn forest, open grasslands and the savanna-like plains also. Also the mangrove forest like the Sundarbans. Also not only these protected forests or the natural areas, but they also live in the agricultural fields and the village outskirts. Also foothills and the riverine areas also. Now in Kerala, they found that they are also living in the peri-urban area so that they are adapting to the environment. And in top national parks where these golden jackals are found is that the Ranthambore National Park of Rajasthan, Pench Tiger Reserve of Madhya Pradesh, Corbett Tiger Reserve, and next Khana Tiger Reserve, Gir National Park of Gujarat, and Sundarbans National Park of West Bengal. So this is about the golden jackals. And now moving to the third topic, that is Ghavari or Gavri. Both are same, Ghavari or Ghavri. So what is this? See, this is an annual ritual. This is an annual ritual which is performed by the Bhil community of the Mewar of Rajasthan every year. But for the first time, this rich and the resplendent world of bill rituals and the oral literature is open to a wider audience through a photo exhibition at the India International Center Art Gallery. India International Center Art Gallery, this Ghavri ritual or the dance form is going to be performed in this India International Center Art Gallery, thereby enhancing its wide access to the wider audience. So we'll see what is this Ghavari. So this Ghavari is a traditional annual dance drama which is performed for 40 days. See, 40 days. This drama is been performed for 40 days during the months of July and August. And this festival or this dance drama is performed by the four Meva Bill community. Bill community of the four Meva districts of Udaipur, Ratsamat, Bhilwara and the Chittorgarh of the Rajasthan state of the Rajasthan. So during this Gavre ritual, the Bill communities travel from village to village. Travel from village to village. Where? To which villages? They travel to that villages where their sisters and daughters have been married. So they will go to the village of their sisters and daughters and they perform this Ghavari ritual, which is a dance form. And this ritual is dedicated to the principal deity of the bills, that is the Ghorkiya Mata, which is also known as the goddess Gavari. And see, before performing this ritual, the shamans of this bill community, takes the permission of the goddess Ghorkiya Mata or the goddess Gavari. If the goddess permits to conduct this ritual only, they will go ahead with the ritual. And during this ritual, this goddess will invoke one person from this shaman of this Bill community. So we have discussed about the Gavari, that is the art annual dance drama of this Bill community. So now your homework is go and look about this Bill community. Who are this Bill community? In which states do they belong to? And do they have any scheduled tribe status like that, etc. Look everything about this Bill community. And moving to a fourth topic, that is the Brihadishwara temple. So yesterday we have discussed about the Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple. Why? Because of this Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit. Yesterday we discussed about the Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple. Now we will deal with this Brihadishwara temple. Why? This Prime Minister Narendra Modi offered Jalabhisheka to the Shivalinga situated in this Brihadishwara temple in Tanjavur. So this Brihadishwara temple is located in the Tanjavur in the Tamil Nadu state. Originally it is called as the Peruvudayar Kovil or the Rajarajeshwaram temple. Rajarajeshwaram or the Peruvudayar Kovil. So who built this temple? Remember, this is built by the Rajaraja Chola I in 1010 CE. Whereas Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple is built by his son, Rajaraja Chola's son, that is Rajendra Chola. Do not confuse with this. Brihadishwara temple is built by the Rajaraja Chola I and Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple is built by his son, that is Rajendra Chola I. And this is situated on the banks of river Kaveri. And it is dedicated to Lord Shiva, we all know that. And it is also part of the UNESCO's the three great living Chola temples World Heritage Site. Yesterday we discussed about this three great living Chola temple. One is this Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple. Second is this Brihadishwara temple. And third is the Airavateshwara temple. Airavateshwara temple. So considering collectively these three temples are accorded this UNESCO World Heritage Site in the name of this great living Chola temples. And this temple is entirely built out of granite. Despite having no signs of the granite resources or granite reserves in a local area or the surrounding area. And as usually Cholan architecture, that is the Brihadishwara temple is built by the Dravidian architecture. So now one more homework is that you go and look into the features of this Dravidian architecture and compare this Dravidian architecture to the Nagara style of architecture so that your study will be comprehensive. So these are the pictures of this Brihadishwara temple, and this temple also hosts one of the largest monolithic sculpture of Nandi. And coming to a final topic, that is Venezuela. So why we are discussing about Venezuela now? See, Venezuela's ruling party, that is Maduro's party, won the majority of mayoral seats on Sunday, which is boycotted by the main opposition. Just this is the context, but we are mapping a country every day. So let us discuss the geographical details of this Venezuela. So this Venezuela is the country in the South America which is bordered by sea. Its land borders are the Guyana, Colombia and the Brazil. Guyana, Colombia and the Brazil. Its capital is Caracas and its rivers are Orinoco and this is the tributary of this Caroni. So these two rivers only drainage or irrigate this entire three-fourths of this Venezuela. So coming to the lakes of this Venezuela, Lake Valencia and Lake Maracaibo are present in this Venezuela. See, the official language of this Venezuela is this Spanish. It is a developing country and Venezuela is known for its world's largest known oil reserves and it is also the world's largest exporter of the oil reserves. So that's all for today. Thank you.